We'd like to welcome you from wherever.
All right, guys, welcome back. Long overdue, this episode 3 of my F1 2016 career. And, well, what to say about this series here? Well, first of all, I had to move houses a couple of months ago, and I never really got to actually unpack my PC there. So I still got I got my editing PC and everything, but my gamer rig was stashed in a corner somewhere. I only just got it dug out here and set up for this particular vid, and I need to find a better place for it because right now it's just on a table in the living room, if you can call it the living room, that is. And well, as you can see there, the qualifying session is going to be taking place in light rain, so we're just going to run the clock for a while, see if we can, first of all, see if we can't get the rain to stop. It's only light, so it might stop later on. But if it doesn't, well, at the very least, I'm kind of banking on all these cars that are out right now setting times. Going to be clearing a sort of, semi-dry line for us to exploit, and hopefully we're going to be able to take advantage of that because we need all the help we can get in this McLaren. This is a dog of a car. Coming out of the hairpin here, turn 14, a much better exit this time, but still, we're only about a half a second down on our previous lap, and that really, as you can see there, only really got us into P22, so we desperately need some sort of improvement. Okay, so almost a full second faster, 7/10 of a second, almost 8/10 of a second faster than our previous lap, and that is only good enough for P21, but as you can see there, I mean, I'm not really sure what we're doing wrong here because we got the dry line and everything, so supposedly we should be faster than some of these guys that went out early, but yeah, like I said, in previous vids, we've been having tons of trouble in this McLaren, and it appears that, episode 3, it's not going to be any different. Coming out on the back straight here, this looks to be an improvement of our previous time. Oh, just losing the back end of the car, just skidding over the skidding over the finish line there, hitting the wall, and just parked in the middle of everything. Right here in front of the grandstand. What a way to finish this qualifying session there. But, well, it matters not. We do not manage to improve on our P21 time there. Fernando Alonso starting 8th on the grid. And as you can see there, we are eliminated here in Q1. Second to last. Oh, man. We only got Marcus Ericsson behind us there for the Grand Prix itself. So, I'm not really sure what to do here except practice, practice, practice. And I haven't had much time to do that. So, yeah. Well, there you go, guys. As you can see, it is raining cats and dogs here to start off the Chinese Grand Prix. And I'm not sure what to expect from this race at all, other than that we're probably going to be struggling. And given the weather the way it looks right now, I'm absolutely positive we're going to be struggling. All right, guys, well, here we go. Starting next to last on the grid. Only Marcus Ericsson behind us here. We got Gutierrez on our right shoulder. Felipe Nasr right ahead of us here. Actually getting a pretty good start there. Nasr seems to pretty much be standing still right there. Gutierrez is running very slowly indeed, but he's got the inside line there. We can't quite squeeze in here. Heading into turn 1. Trying to go down the inside. A couple of guys right there. We got Palmer on our left shoulder. Just trying not to make contact with this guy here. And Verline almost making contact with him here. Just giving him a tap from behind, as a matter of fact, as we were up at the P14, right on the bumper there of Nico Hulkenberg, who seems to be tussling with Grosjean at the moment here, who in turn is being held up a little bit here. So, getting through the first couple of turns there in one piece. That is a positive indeed, given the current conditions here. Going down the inside here into the right-hander, just down the inside of Grosjean there. He gives us this space, saw us coming, probably shouldn't have backed off right there. I was going to hit the brakes, but he did, and we managed to advance yet another position. I did not see us up into P12 already in this race, especially, like I said, given these conditions. And look at Sainz up there. I mean, he's driving very slowly right now, so we get a very slow train of cars right ahead of us. And who's ahead of him right there? That is Sergio Perez in the Force India there. And what is he doing all the way down in P10? I'm not really sure. But the fact of the matter is, right now, we seem to be somewhat competitive in terms of pace here, and that's a positive. And I guess on this very first lap here, it's just going to be a question of not making any mistakes here. Trying to stay out of harm's way, see if we can stay on track, not getting run off by any competitors here as we come out on the long back straight there. That huge traction right-hand corner there does seem to have us at a bit of a disadvantage there because Guiterres just pulled away from us there. And right now we got Grosjean pressuring us from behind there as he's overtaking us, taking that place right back. We're just going to hold our line here, see if we can hang it around the outside here, coming into turn 14, and we have a yellow flag situation. Somebody's off track, and I think that incident happened behind us somewhere. I'm not sure whether or not it was Grosjean, as we have a virtual safety car coming out here on lap 1 already. So, yeah, if this weather continues, we could be looking at a long one here. And as you can see there, the virtual safety car is gonna end pretty soon here. I'm not really sure when. All right, here we go. Returning to racing speed. And we got a yellow flag situation once again here. Nico Hülkenberg is out of the race. And I'm not sure what happened to him. I'm not even sure where he was on the track. But we have a yellow flag situation in this particular sector. I'm not seeing any cars anywhere. So, like I said, I'm not sure what happened. But we are down to 21 running cars here. And seeing as we did not advance a spot, I would assume that Hülkenberg was behind us somewhere, as we still have Grosjean right behind us there in P13. Skipping right ahead to lap 4 here, we're starting to sort of lose contact with the guys ahead of us there. Carlos Sainz is now down into P11 as he's been overtaken by Guiterres, and we still got Grosjean right behind us there in P13. And as you can see there, when you sort of veer off the dry line there, you get all sorts of fishtailing going on. And right now, it's going to be a question of whether or not it's going to be a good idea to go in for some inters instead of these full wets. And I guess I'm just going to be playing it safe and see what the AI are going to be doing. When those guys start going into change, we're going to start thinking about doing the same, I guess. And coming back out on the main straight there, we have a car going in to make a pit stop, and it's going to be interesting to see whether or not these guys are actually going to go in and make the switch to inters already. It seems pretty wet still, but as you can see there, we got Hamilton in the pits, and he's making the change to intermediates. So I guess within the next couple of laps here, it might be a good idea to go in and make the change ourselves here. As we're fishtailing all over the place here, heading into turn 2 as we got Sainz battling it out with Guiterres in front of us there, as we are now up into P19. But that is going to change when we go in to make our first pit stop. I guarantee you that. Jumping ahead to lap 7, we are now going to be coming in to make our first pit stop. We're going to be making the switch to intermediates. It's pretty much everybody else is out there on those tires right now. Track has been drying up, and the rain seems to be subsiding just a little bit. That wasn't a very good pit stop. And okay, we got a yellow flag right ahead of us there. I'm not really sure what's going on, but we are back on track here, side by side with Magnussen. It appears it is right behind Verline, as we got Raikkonen parked at the side of the track there, as he's been off track. And I'm not sure whether or not he's been in to make the change yet. So it might have been the full wets playing tricks on him. It might not have been, but we are up into P13 trying to chase down Pascal Verline at this point. Once again, the back straight here, as you can see, Pascal Verline is just pulling away from us. There's nothing we can do about it at this point here. We're in standard mixed mode here, and obviously we could be going in the riches. We got Magnussen pressuring us from behind here, trying to go down the inside here, heading into turn 14. He does not have the line. We're going to try and hang it around the outside here. He's got the inside line, but we get the better exit. And once again, like we did with who was out on lap 1, I don't remember, but the exact same move right there. Oh, so we just clipped the corner there and clipped the cone as well, as we remain in P13 here. And there's no doubt here that Sector 2 is definitely the sector on this track here in this particular race so far that when we are at our fastest, really. I mean, this is where the McLaren can kind of keep up with everyone else. But the second we get into Sector 3 with that long straight and everything, as you can see right now, we're keeping pace with Pascal Verline. But the second we get out onto the back straight, the lack of power in the McLaren is going to be hurting us. As you can see there, he's pulling away from us already, coming out of the turn. And the second we hit the straight line, he's going to be gone. And we're not going to be in a position to make a move here. Even with DRS, we're not going to be able to catch this guy the way things are right now. Into turn 14 one more time here, getting early on the brakes here, missing the apex yet again, but getting a nice exit. We've been getting nice exits from this turn all throughout the race here, so apparently our exit speed is all right here. And as we come back out on the main straight, we might be getting a sniff of furline here as we head into the snail turn that is turn 1 there, as we are very good in that particular turn as well here, as we can just stay on his rear wing here, trying to go down the inside here, see if we can make the move stick. And we do, as we are up into P12, now trying to chase down Grosjean. Didn't that sound beautiful? Trying to chase down somebody? Can't remember the last time we said that. Skipping right ahead to lap 11, as you can see there, Grosjean still nowhere to be found. He is way up the track right now, but as you can see there, Daniil Kvyat is now up into P13 as he seems to be duking it out. A couple of seconds behind us there, we got a pack of 3 cars right there. I assume that Berline is one of them. Magnussen might be the other one, and Kvyat seems to be leading the pack right there. Lap 14, as you can see, track conditions have improved dramatically. We still have a little bit of spray coming from the front wheels as we just run off track there momentarily, just getting a bit of the grass there, but thankfully not ending up in a spin right there. As you can see, we got Berline back into P13 right now. He's duking it out with Kvyat as these guys are going back and forth, but the bad news is they seem to have closed the gap on us nicely there. When we exit a turn, though, we just seem to leave these guys in our dust, so we're really doing well on the traction right now, and we got that part of this setup done nicely, but I got a nasty feeling that might be changing if the track dries up, and that is what is happening right now. Jumping right ahead to lap 15, the track has dried up so much it is time to come in and make the change to a set of soft tires there. Berline coming in as well. We got 15 laps remaining. I am hoping to see this stint through to the end here, but whether or not the softs are going to be holding up for 13 laps, I'm not sure. Lap 16 coming down the back straight. We're still in P12 here. We got Magnussen in P13 as he's trying to make a move here, coming down the inside here, outbraking us into the hairpin. Man, he was still just coming like a bat out of hell here. And this time we do not manage to hang around the outside, get the better exit here. But Magnussen, I got the nasty feeling here as we come back out on the main straight. Oh, as I cut the corner, should have gotten penalty for that one. But coming back out on the main straight, where we got DRS, we got the rear wing open, but as you can see, it's not really working out for us at this point here as Magnussen just seems to pull away. I'm not sure whether or not he's running in rich mode, but at this point here, we're just having trouble matching these guys here. Trying to go down the outside here, heading into turn 2, but Magnussen successfully defending his position here, and he's going to be, oh man, look at the traction right there. All of a sudden, we can't match these guys. Jumping right ahead to lap 23 here, coming in to make the pit stop, making the switch to a set of super softs here. It's a bit of a gamble, but we only got 5 laps left. Unfortunately, I did not want to take the risk of these soft tires lasting till the end. They were getting pretty worn. I was losing pace, the little pace I had, and I didn't want to see another puncture here. Coming back out on the main straight yet again here. We got Gutierrez in our mirrors. He's going to make a move down the inside there. He's on the soft tires, man, and look at how he just blew by us right there. We're doing 330 kph right here, but we're unable to defend our position, dropping down to P17 as we now have the task of keeping Julian Palmer behind us there. Fortunately, he appears to be a couple of seconds behind us, and opening DRS coming down the main straight, it doesn't matter a freaking thing. Gutierrez just keeps pulling away from us here. And coming out on the main straight one final time here today, finishing in P17, Lewis Hamilton taking the win here today. And, well, I guess it's an improvement. We finished a race, and even though we only got P17 to show for this one, I guess you can rightfully talk about progress. I'm not sure. Oh, man, I think I might have done myself a disservice starting with the McLaren team here. But, all right, well, there's nothing we can do about that. Like I said, Lewis Hamilton taking the win here. It appears that Nico Rosberg is going to be finishing second. I didn't see who was third, but I guess we're going to be seeing the podium here. Okay, so we got Lewis Hamilton taking the win. Daniel Ricciardo, who was on pole, finishing second, and Nico Rosberg finishing third here. So not a Mercedes 1-2, which I had expected, I got to be honest.
So then,
So there you go. Like I said, you know, the podium's set. We got Sebastian Vettel in 4th, Max Verstappen in 5th, Fernando Alonso scoring 6th. That's not too bad at all. Good for the team. Bad for the rivalry because I'm supposed to be winning that one. And Valtteri Bottas 7th, Sergio Perez. He was way down the order at some point. I think he was in P12 or something. He manages to finish in P8, so that's not too bad at all. And Felipe Massa way down in the standings there. I'm way down in the standings, obviously, in P17. But looking at the facts, you know, I started in P21, so it wasn't that bad. And Nico Hulkenberg, as a matter of fact, being the only DNF in this race. Well, guys, this was episode 3. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully, it's not going to be as long for episode 4, so check back soon. Bye-bye.